All right, guys, it is Kurt from Parade the Gospel, and I'm approaching what we call the late night Appleton bar outreach. It is Saturday night, October 29th, 2 days before Halloween, and especially the day around Halloween, this gets crazy busy. It's always busy, but it gets especially busy on this night because people like to dress up and drink. And yeah, Appleton, if you look up the top 10 drunkest cities in America, Appleton will be number 1, number 2, and number 3, just depending on what year that article has been written. I'm not sure what makes it the drunkest city. I'm not sure how they qualify that. I wouldn't have thought that it was, but there's a lot of drunk cities in Wisconsin, apparently. Like 7 of the top 10, I think, are all in Wisconsin. Not something to be proud of, but unfortunately, a lot of people think that's a badge of honor. But anyway, so I've been coming out here myself for about almost 10 years. In 2013 is my first time coming out to spread the gospel. And it has been a little while now. I think early 2020 was the last time I came out, just because I've been busy with work and doing other stuff for evangelism. But me and my friend Luke came out here a lot. We would utilize the evangelism board, which has 5 icebreaker questions. Just to get people to stop by and talk to you, like how many of each kind of animal did Moses take on the ark and things like that. And then the 6th question is, are you a good person? And now you're in. And we had hundreds of conversations, really great conversations. So we get here around 10 o'clock at night usually, and we stay until about 2 in the morning at the latest. We do open air preaching. I'm more better at talking one-on-one, but I have done some open air out here. Or just handing out gospel tracts while someone else is doing open air. There's all kinds of things you can do out here. So I'm going to walk over there in just a minute. There is somebody preaching out there tonight. I'm not sure who it is. I was going to go out here tonight with Brother Greg, but I have to work tomorrow, unfortunately. And I just found that out a couple of days ago. So I really should be going home right now. I just got done delivering a bunch of Gospel of John's and other tracts and stuff somewhere nearby, in a nearby town. But yeah, there's already a lot of people walking over there. It's going to get loud, so that's why I wanted to do most of my talking right now. So let's walk over there. I can hear the preaching. It's probably Heath. I'm probably not going to interrupt them, but I do want to say hi to them. I have some gospel tracts with me. I might hand out some gospel tracts for a little bit, show you guys how easy it is. But you can just go to any crowded event like this, and you can start handing out gospel tracts. It's very simple. Just say, hey, did you get one of these, or free gift for you, or whatever. And it works perfectly. There is no pause button, unfortunately, on the iPhone, so I can't just pause it and wait till we get over there. Oh, shit. Sorry for the language, if there's going to be any language out here. Yep, that's got to be Heath, I believe. So I'm just going to stand over here. So right now you got a heckler yelling at him. So there it is, and there is a hotel right here. One time we took the evangelism board and we actually hooked it up right there, so people would come out the door to the hotel, and boom, we got them right there, and we're talking to the person. Like I said, guys, we've had many, hundreds probably of conversations with people. Some of them lasted a long time. Lots of stories that I could share, lots of memories of coming down here. You know, oh, there's Jesus. Oh, yeah. I shared the gospel with Jesus, Jesus in quotes, several years ago. I don't know if the same guy or not, but yeah, it's you mix alcohol with people who naturally hate the gospel, you're going to get some characters out here. We've had our close calls, and there's been stabbings out here and violence. That's why you have police that sit over there And they look out for us. They do a good job looking out for us as we're out there sharing the gospel. But yeah, looks like he's talking to somebody right now over there. But yeah, we're you know, we come out here, me and Luke, Trevor, Heath, Greg, Dan, several others. So right now got some people over there kind of mocking and heckling, dancing around him. But pray for this ministry. Pray for Heath. I think that's Heath. I'm not 100% sure yet, but pray for the guys that come out here. I'm going to get myself out here again one of these days and do some evangelism. I just got to be careful though, because I do have a big family and I want to come home safely. And yeah, it's not for the faint of heart, this kind of a particular outreach, because like I said, you know, the gospel brings out the worst of people, because you know it offends people. They don't like the preaching of the cross. The preaching of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing. But you add alcohol, yeah, I mean, trust me guys, there's a lot of stories I could share out here. I'll have to do that sometime, make a separate video just talking about the different stories. I mean, some of them are very sad. Some of them are, you know, we have sometimes a good time talking to people out here. It can be kind of lighthearted. But a lot of them are just sad, you know, people walking away from the gospel, and you just see the worst of depravity out here. Like one time I gave the gospel tract to this one guy. He was literally undoing himself because he was going to urinate on the gospel tract right in the middle of the sidewalk over there. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that we can deal with out here. One time this guy was just screaming at the top of his lungs when my wife came out here, because she wanted to check this out, so she came out with me. And she actually knew the guy from school, but screaming obscenities at the top of his lungs. The police actually came over to try and settle him down at one point. But yeah, that's what we deal with. There's another time this one woman came by and she's screaming at Heath. But then she left, and then me and Greg went over there with the evangelism board, and then she came back and wanted to talk to us. And then she opened up. She just broke down, and we got to share with her for a little bit. And then it's always the friend that comes by to try to take the person away that's talking to us. That happens a lot. And it was just a heartbreaking thing. Like, she actually broke her phone. Like, she was trying to get away from her friend. Her friend's like, "Stop talking to these guys. They're nuts," or whatever she said. And the phone fell out of her pocket and it smashed on the ground. But she wanted to talk to us. She was hungry to hear what we had to say. So that's kind of a special moment that I'll always remember. But there's a lot of moments like that, a lot of stories. These people, they need the gospel. And once in a while, we'll bump into some Christians out here. And, you know, doesn't mean, just because you're out here doesn't necessarily mean you're drinking. This is College Avenue, by the way. Bars are everywhere, but there's other things you can do out here as well. Yeah, but this is a particularly busy night. I'm gonna go over there and say hi. I don't want to interrupt though too much. Looks like he's still talking to that guy in the white shirt. Might be some new guys out here that I might not have ever talked to yet. All right, well guys, God bless. I just wanted to share this with you. Keep this ministry in prayer. Those guys need it. Heath and probably Dan, and I'm not sure who these other guys are. I don't think Greg's out here tonight, because I think he said he wasn't going to go. Him and Trevor, and I was going to go too, but again, I have to work tomorrow, which means I got to skedaddle pretty quick, but because I got an hour drive to get home. Yeah, it's not too often when I have to work on a Sunday. I really don't like that, but it's just for the time being. Hopefully we can get some more employees at where I work. But anyway, God bless you, and keep this ministry in prayer.